This is part 2 of my full in-depth makeup routine. If you've seen the first part, you know how we got here. We were in the middle of blending out our contour when I ran out of time. So we're going to pick it back up exactly where we left off. I haven't even blended anything else since the end of that. So we're going to start working along the bottom of our jaw. And that's going to start to give this a little more shape. And if you saw the first video and you followed me so that you could see the second video, leave a comment, because thank you so much for being here, for seeing the first one and wanting to see the end. So I'll go ahead and blend out that nose. Like I said, I know there's a lot of better ways to do nose contour, but I keep it simple. There you go. Let's just blend this out a little bit more. What I was saying before I ran out of time, this I'll blend in circles because I want to spread it out a little bit more. This I'll blend by tapping because I want to keep it kind of right in this area, if that makes sense. All right, so it is coming along. Next, I'm gonna do a little more concealer right underneath the eyes, on the side of the eyes, tip of the nose, and right here to just really pack on some extra coverage to help lock that orange in and, again, deal with the dark facial hair underneath. So I really don't do much because it will blend in very well. So I've also found if I lighten up the sides of my mouth, it helps also not define my manly jawline, and that's also helped a lot. Don't you hate it when you're doing makeup and you have to itch? I don't want to ruin it, but I have to itch so bad right there. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead. How I blend this out, I'll take this sponge with the corner going right in the corner of my eye, kind of forming that shape, and I'll just start patting. Same spot. And then I'm going to start pulling it up to help give my eye a little extra lift. Kind of brighten up that button. We will have to go back and do a little bit more nose contour. All right, same thing on this side. And bring it out. And you can see that lifts the eyes a lot more while defining these cheekbones with the contour. And this is the way I do my base every single time. Now, the eyeshadow will change, the blush color, the lips, all that will change. But this is how I do my foundation and my contouring, my highlighting, every single time. This is the method I've always used. I like it, stays in place, so I'm gonna stick with it. Again, I'm not a makeup expert, so if anybody has literally any tips to do anything differently or better, I'm all ears. Now, before I do my blush, I am gonna do my eyes. That's because I'm gonna have my hand right here. I'm gonna be hitting this. I'm gonna be getting fallout on there, so I'd rather not have color right there so that I can color over any mistakes. That's why I do that. I always sometimes forget, and I'll put my blush on and then like mess it up and have to redo it. So we're gonna jump straight into the eyes after this. I'm gonna go for a pink sparkly cut crease because I love pink and sparkly, and I get to do what I want on this video. So I've just started doing cut creases. I was always intimidated by them, but they're not too bad. So we're gonna try to do one. I'm just going to do one eye on this video, and I'll do my other eye off. So we're going to start by packing whatever color you want to use. And the thing about this makeup technique, this cut crease, you can do it any color, any style, grunge, girly, blue, green, red, pink, anything. It's the technique of doing a cut crease. I get a lot of people that ask me how I learned and how I can do so many different looks, but I like to learn techniques and then apply them to other colors, other styles. Yeah, and that's a really good way to learn, is to start learning some common styles. But we're going to go ahead and pack a lot of that eyeshadow right in this outside corner. You want it to be nice and covered with all that color. Depending on what palette you're using, you may have to pick up some pigment quite a few times to really get that in there. But after we got a lot of color, you're also then going to do a windshield wiper motion right in that crease. Get right inside of that crease. And just back and forth and really blend that color in. So we're leaving our lid right now. Of course, it's going to get some on it, and that's okay. But we're not going to be trying to really color our lid right now. We're just focusing on shaping this and shaping our wing. So after that was a pretty dark pink. I'm going to take a much lighter pink. This is the dark pink I used. I used both of these. I feel like they're the same color, but this one has sparkles in it, so I'll mix them. But I'm going to go in with this really light pink and blend up top here. So I got some light pink on that brush. I'm just going to start blending up here where that hard line was that we made. We're going to try to smoke that out. And that just makes that line that we created by going back and forth with the first color not a hard line. It kind of blends in and goes lighter and fades away. Next, I'm going to take a really, really light color. This one right here. It looks pink, but it's mostly just like a sparkle with a pink hint. And I'm going to highlight the underside of my eyebrow. So that is our basic shape of our wing, of the eyeshadow. Now we're going to do the cut crease. And this, for me at first, was pretty intimidating because you are going to be putting concealer back on your eye. So let's do that. I'm going to take this e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is a lighter shade than I used for my face because I really am trying to really lighten up the area. So I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of this concealer. And I'm just going to start painting the lid with it. And you want to only get it on the lid. And you can keep testing by looking up and by blinking. But you want to only have it on the lid. And then, so after I get the concealer on there, I'll take my finger and I'll just dab it to blend it in. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna go back with this color that I put up here. I want something really, really, really light because that's, I guess, the whole point of a cut crease is a color kind of outlined on your lid and then a really light color on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that really, really light pink and start dabbing it. Now I'm not trying to rub it because I don't want to smear all the concealer that's there. So I'm just gonna dab it on. There we go. I'm running out of time. I knew it was gonna be a part 3, so I'm gonna do my other eye and then we'll do a part 3 to finish this all up.